This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 15, and it reads, "Thou shalt not steal." Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and the glory shall go to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Makakudash, Brakatham. Double honor shall go to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone who continue to teach and to rule well. Shalom to the Akims, a great millstone in like-minded camps and individuals who continue to teach as one body, who continue to be out on the highways and byways, risking their lives for the greater good. And also, shalom to the sincere Akwads, who are continuously learning in silence, as the Holy Scriptures have commanded for you to do so. This is Azariah Gabar, representing the King is Coming channel, back at it with another lesson for edification purposes. All right. So I read you that scripture in Book of Exodus 20:15. Simple scripture. Thou shalt not steal. All right. So where am I going with this lesson today? Well, it's going to be centered on PSYOPs, psychological operations. All right. But before I explain this concept to you, I want to read another scripture to back up what I'm saying with Exodus. And this is the book of Leviticus 19:11, and it reads, "Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another." Salakia. All right. So, contrary to what these mass heathens and the 2/3 of our Jakes believe, these laws, commandments, and statutes were only given to Yasharallah. All right? They were not given to the whole wide world. All right? So, like I was saying, this is a situation that we're going through right now. Because, first of all, I want to read up on the definition of PSYOPs, psychological operations. And it reads, a PSYOP or psychological operation is a military or government-led campaign that uses planned communication to influence the thoughts, emotions, and behavior of a target audience to achieve specific objectives. These operations can range from distributing leaflets and broadcasts to more modern techniques like social media and cyber warfare, aiming to support national policy by affecting foreign governments, organizations, or individuals. All right, so I want to show this to you so you can see this for yourselves. All right. All right, you see that? Psychological operations. So, where I'm going with this is that social media and mainstream media wants to make it look like that it's only the Jakes that's out there stealing food due to this SNAP EBT shutdown situation. All right. That's just us that's doing it. All right. So I want to throw in another scripture real quick. Book of Acts 11:27, and it reads, And in these days came prophets from Jerusalem unto Antioch, verse 28. And there stood up one of them named Agabus, and signified by the Spirit that there should be great dearth throughout all the world. That word dearth equates to famines or scarcity or lack of, okay? Which came to pass in the days of Claudius Caesar. All right? So again, the word dearth is a noun. Couple of definitions. The first one, an inadequate supply, scarcity, lack. And the second one is scarcity and dearness of food and famine. All right. And then I'm going to skip to Ruth 1:1. And it reads, Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, which is what's going on now. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. All right. So back to what I was illustrating about the PSYOPs, psychological operations, right? Like I mentioned, you got Edomites that's stealing big time as well. They're stealing food right along with the Jakes. All right. And as a matter of fact, it's the Edomites that are mainly on the SNAP food assistance and government programs. It's mainly them. But again, the elites want to use the PSYOP operations through social media and mainstream newscasts, okay? Mainstream media. And that word media comes from the word medium, okay? Which means sorcery, witchcraft. Let's be real, all right? And they make it look like it's just us, just the Jakes that's stealing. So I have a couple of videos that I would like to queue up to prove my point even further. But before I do so, I have to, of course, announce the disclaimer of fair use of the 1976 Copyright Act. These videos are strictly for edification and educational purposes only. And that these videos, I'm not making a dime off of either one of these videos. You heard? So here's this one video I want to pull up. And that's from this brother Philip Scott. And here's the title of the video. Look at who is stealing food from the grocery stores while black farmers are feeding the community. Okay? So, you know me, I back up what I say. I just don't, jibber jabber. Okay? I back up with proof of what I'm talking about. You heard? So Salakia, let me pull up this video real quick.
If you were ever groped, inappropriately touched, or assaulted while riding...
No, I was never groped. Shut up.
You know, this situation with SNAP. You know, the folks is up here trying to say that all black people, they just gonna lose it. Black people are gonna go steal in the stores and everything, right? Well, we have a video. Actually, 2 videos I want to show you. I want you to see who's actually stealing out of the store, stealing food.
Uh-huh.
And let me give you just a small clue. It's not us. Hey, go check that out.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's too.
Look at that Edomite taking that big cart full of groceries. And it's that security guards following right behind her and not doing anything to stop her. That's something.
But now, your JT Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. Turn to protect it.
Look at that. She got away scot-free. Scot-free. Wow and double wow.
That doesn't look like a black person. That's like a total white person stealing.
Alright.
Right?
Alright.
Stealing food. Now, I thought black people was going to be the one out here stealing food that they can get their snap. And you know what? That guy, he needs to be fired. He needs to be fired because he did not stop that woman.
Yep, like I just said. He didn't even try to at least step in front of that shopping cart and just push it the opposite way to stop that person from continuing to mosey on with the free groceries. You heard? I used to do security, so I know what I'm talking about. All right? First of all, that person shouldn't have even be allowed to exit the front of the door. That security officer was supposed to immediately step in front of that shopping cart to deny that person from exiting the premises with the free food. But again, had that been one of us Jakes, it would have been a whole different story. You heard? So I want to pull up this last video, and the name of it is Operation Meal Ticket Targeted EBT Card Fraud. So these Edomites down in Florida somewhere, it was a gang of them that were participating in the EBT card fraud. All right, Slakia. For some reason now this thing don't want to pull up. Let me try one more time.
If you live in a New York zip code and have 0 DUI,
An undercover operation in Manatee County lands 39 people in jail, and right now dozens more have warrants out for their arrest. The sheriff's office is going after those fraudulently using their EBT cards.
Look at that.
Alex Hobson joins us
Edomites,
live from the
right?
Manatee County Sheriff's Office.
Edomites.
Alex, the sheriff says that this is a widespread problem.
And this sheriff's office is one of the only agencies addressing it, but we're talking major fraud, and they're using our taxpayer dollars. Locked in one by one, some hung their heads, others wore their feelings right there on their t-shirts. Today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office announced an undercover operation they've been working on for months, resulted in more than 100 arrest warrants.
All Edomites. Look at them.
This is a huge problem, and we're like one of maybe 3 or 4 law enforcement agencies in the state of Florida that have decided to do something about this.
And it has to do with just that. Meal tickets in the form of EBT cards for low-income individuals being fraudulently used. One part of the investigation centered around Gerald Millis, a local restaurant owner who police say purchased EBT cards from people for 50 to 60 cents on the dollar, and then stocked his local Pizza Pros restaurant with food he bought using those cards.
We were able to determine
All right, so
he used.
For time constraint purposes, I had to cut that video clip short. All right? So you see what I'm saying? It's these Edomites. Okay? They're stealing just like the Jakes are. But the difference is that the Jakes are going to be held more responsible. Why? Because the laws were given to us, not to the Edomites and the other heathens. You heard? So all praises, honor, and the glory shall go to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Makah, Kodash, Rakatam, Kwam, Yasharala, Rise Israel. On to the next video. Shalom.